Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively get yet another fake PR award from Time magazine. Hanging out together at these rich events. There he is. Oh, look at them.
It's really smart.
So therefore, she's one of the most influential people of 2025? No, not this year.
Published last week, and everyone's like, he bought that cover. This is so corrupt. And I mean, that could be.
Hollywood's once-beloved power couple is now facing a major industry-wide fallout after their Time magazine accolades were exposed as an alleged publicity stunt. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, formerly seen as entertainment royalty, are reportedly being shut out by top celebrities, major studios, and even longtime allies as the truth behind their most influential honors begins to surface. What initially appeared to be a respected achievement has quickly unraveled into a scandal threatening their careers, forcing the entertainment world to confront the darker reality of celebrity manipulation and media spin. And here's the shocker. Blake and Ryan allegedly dropped a staggering $1 million to lock down their spots on Time's prestigious list. That's the explosive revelation sending shockwaves through Hollywood right now.
You might remember, back in, April, Blake Lively got this fake award from Time 100. One of the most influential people of 2025, because she gave a donation to the NAACP back in 2009.
Industry insiders claim Blake and Ryan's placement on the list wasn't earned organically. It was allegedly part of a calculated PR campaign, according to a source familiar with the matter. Reports suggest the couple's team spent over $1 million to lock in their spots on the prestigious list. That money was said to be funneled through public relations agencies and marketing firms to craft public narratives, sway editorial decisions, and solidify their influence in the spotlight. This revelation has sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, prompting widespread skepticism about the legitimacy of Time magazine's entire selection process. The issue hit stands last week, and people immediately started saying, he bought that cover. This is so shady. One industry observer even pointed out the sketchy timing. Right as their reputations were getting dragged down by the Justin Baldoni lawsuit controversy, Blake suddenly lands on Time's 100 most influential people list, supposedly based on a donation she made way back in 2019.
That's how cynical it is. They are really milking the hate that Ryan Reynolds is receiving right now.
You might recall back in April, Blake Lively was named one of Time 100's most influential people of 2025, an honor many are now calling bogus. Why? Because it was supposedly based on a donation she made to the NAACP way back in 2019, according to an industry analyst. Let that sink in. A 6-year-old donation suddenly earns her a spot on a list meant to reflect current impact? The math just doesn't add up. And the controversy runs deeper when you look into who owns Time magazine today, Salesforce billionaire Mark Benioff. Now guess who Benioff is reportedly close with? Ari Emanuel, head of the powerhouse talent agency that reps Ryan Reynolds and brother of political figure Rahm Emanuel. In fact, there's a photo of Benioff hanging out not with Ari, but with Rahm Emanuel at an event, cozy and casual. According to a media watchdog tracking these connections, the whole thing raises serious red flags about influence, favoritism, and the blurred lines between celebrity, business, and media power.
I forgot to say this the other day. One of the reasons I think that Time 100 put him on the cover is because they know people will talk about it. It doesn't really matter if it's negative comments or negative attention.
Photos have surfaced showing Mark Benioff mingling with Hollywood's most powerful insiders at private, invitation-only gatherings where elite players network and trade favors out of public view. These secret retreats, packed with billionaires, VIPs, and CEOs, are where the real decisions get made, says one industry insider. These are the people actually pulling the strings, and that's the truly unsettling part. Insiders allege the entire Time magazine recognition was part of a calculated damage control strategy. After the fallout from the Baldoni lawsuit, Ryan and his team reportedly approached Time with a full-scale PR arrangement. Not only would Blake receive an award she desperately needed at the time, but a civil rights lawyer would publicly vouch for her credibility. A few months later, Ryan's business would be rewarded with a feature on Time's 100 companies list. This alleged maneuver has exposed how Hollywood's top tier quietly shapes media narratives to protect their brands and control public perception. And the backlash has been fast and ruthless. Many high-profile celebrities are now distancing themselves from the couple, with some even going public with their criticism.
It just looks terrible that he only has like 19 friends that can say something nice about him and Maximum Effort, which was the company that he was talking a lot about, and which was the company that was one of the top 100 most influential blah 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 in the world.
Ariana Grande has made it clear she values authenticity above all else, according to an industry insider. When approached for a possible collaboration with Blake Lively, Ariana reportedly declined immediately. Sources close to the singer said Blake's tone-deaf approach to advocacy was a major deal-breaker. Ariana, who's known for staying true to herself through public struggles, wasn't interested in aligning with someone she saw as insincere. And the rejections didn't stop there. Zendaya, often called the queen of effortless cool, also allegedly backed out of a joint project with Blake. The official reason was creative differences, but Hollywood insiders believe there was more to it. One entertainment reporter notes that Zendaya only works on projects that reflect her personal values, and Blake's calculated PR image apparently didn't fit that standard. The most brutal snub, however, came from Margot Robbie. After the Time magazine scandal made headlines, sharp-eyed fans noticed Margot had unfollowed Blake on social media, according to a social media analyst. And that wasn't all. Margot publicly criticized the kind of manipulative PR strategies that focus on hype instead of real talent. Coming from someone as respected as Margot, that kind of shade is hard to shake off, and nearly impossible to bounce back from. While Blake's taking most of the heat, Ryan isn't in the clear either. Celebrities who once called him a friend are reportedly cutting ties and keeping their distance.
Agents, marketers, publicists, they all work together and create a plan for their talent, for their people. Great, you're going to get this, this, and this if we go to Time. Okay, so
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who once shared great on-screen chemistry with Ryan Reynolds, has reportedly hit pause on their working relationship, according to an industry insider. The two were once a dynamic duo lighting up the screen, but behind the scenes, their bond has allegedly fractured. Sources say the tension stems from Ryan's heavy reliance on strategic PR moves. Dwayne, known for his straightforward, grounded image, has apparently grown weary of Ryan constantly playing up his nice guy act for the cameras. Jake Gyllenhaal, once viewed as a potential creative partner, has also reportedly backed away, citing personal differences. A film critic points out that Jake, famous for deep and raw performances in films like Nightcrawler and Brokeback Mountain, prioritizes sincerity and emotional honesty, qualities he allegedly felt were lacking in Ryan's calculated public persona. Jake has publicly emphasized the importance of working with people who are real and transparent. In other words, he's not interested in partnerships where slick branding outweighs genuine connection. But perhaps the most damaging blow to Ryan's public image is Emma Stone's reported rejection.
People are talking. So many of those quotes from that Time 100 interview has appeared in outlets everywhere, basically.
Emma Stone, widely regarded as one of Hollywood's most relatable and grounded stars, has built a career balancing blockbuster success with indie credibility, according to an industry observer. So when she quietly pulled out of an endorsement deal with Ryan Reynolds' company, Maximum Effort, it raised eyebrows. Insiders say the reason was simple. Emma didn't want to compromise her authentic public image by being associated with Ryan's increasingly controversial branding tactics. As backlash builds, it's not just fellow celebrities keeping their distance. Crew members who've worked with Blake and Ryan are now speaking out with unflattering behind-the-scenes accounts. These first-hand witnesses are revealing a very different side of the couple. An industry journalist reports that anonymous crew members have described Blake as demanding and unapologetic, with one source noting her refusal to acknowledge past mistakes has left a lasting negative impression. The journalist adds that another insider went even further, labeling Blake a mean girl, and calling her behavior exhausting, chaotic, and senseless, concluding that the whole PR operation should be scrapped entirely.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively get yet another fake PR award from Time magazine, exposing a deceptively manipulative and I'm going to say corrupt media organization.
One crew member reportedly stated, "Ryan doesn't escape unscathed either." While he's known for his quick wit and humor, some insiders argue that his obsession with PR spin is starting to wear thin, notes the source. The polished image of the nice guy is beginning to seem more like a calculated branding strategy than a true reflection of who he is, especially to those who've worked closely with him. It all feels fake now. I'm sorry, but I'm starting to see through it more and more, said one person who previously worked with Reynolds. He's such a charmer. I fell for it. Tim Miller, TJ, the others, they all fell for it too. He knows how to flip the charm switch and win people back. While Blake and Ryan face increasing rejection, Justin Baldoni is reportedly gaining quiet support. Directors, producers, and fellow actors are said to be backing him, refusing to work with Blake out of loyalty to Baldoni's principles. Everyone's standing behind Justin because of his integrity and what he stands for, says an industry insider. No one is stepping up to defend Blake and Ryan, and that contrast says everything. These are the kinds of people truly influencing the culture, and that's what makes this situation unsettling. As Blake and Ryan pour money into PR campaigns and glossy magazine covers to salvage their image, Baldoni has chosen dignified silence, letting his character speak for itself. It's the only thing people are talking about, one observer adds. Everyone's just over it. The industry is sick of the fakery. The entertainment world's reaction is clear. Authenticity matters. In an industry built on illusion, when the facade cracks, it can collapse quickly, says a veteran publicist. Blake and Ryan are finding out the hard way that charm alone isn't enough when the tastemakers start turning their backs. And the consequences are more than social. The backlash is reportedly starting to affect their wallets and business ventures. Ryan's companies like Aviation Gin and Maximum Effort rely heavily on his carefully managed public image. Now, with that image showing where, business experts warn trouble is ahead. This was a terrible move, a business analyst notes. Sure, he'll still have fans, but now he comes off as inauthentic. That damages brand trust. Corporations don't just want celebrity faces, they want controversy-free ambassadors. When scandal creeps in, deals start slipping away. Blake isn't exempt either. Her fashion lines and lifestyle endorsements thrive on exclusivity, not scandal. Luxury brands want aspirational figures, not drama, a fashion insider explains. The financial fallout from the Time magazine controversy could be massive. Forbes previously estimated that making Time's list could boost a celeb's endorsement earnings by up to 30%, but the allegations that Blake and Ryan paid for inclusion have cast a shadow over that value. People are talking, says a media analyst. Quotes from their Time 100 interview are being shared everywhere, but not in the way they intended. Critics say the list's reputation is now on the line, especially after surveys showed 68% of readers question the legitimacy of Time's rankings, viewing them as pay-to-play rather than earned recognition. What makes this alleged PR stunt even more obvious is the timing. Just as the Baldoni lawsuit gained traction and public perception turned against them, both Blake and Ryan were suddenly honored by Time. The timing couldn't be more convenient, says a PR expert. It shifted the narrative from the lawsuit to their so-called influence. Ryan's inclusion in the Time 100 most influential companies, via his brand Maximum Effort, helped steer media attention away from the allegations and toward his business credentials. This is how power plays out, one industry veteran observes. This is how powerful people manipulate the future. The Blake and Ryan saga is more than just tabloid fodder. It's triggering a wider conversation about what authenticity really means in showbiz. Hollywood, this is your reckoning, a media critic declares. Their downfall is a warning to others. Don't underestimate the intelligence of your audience. People are tired of being fed curated fairy tales wrapped in PR spin. The entertainment landscape is evolving. Independent creators on platforms like YouTube and TikTok are now holding Hollywood accountable by exposing its inner workings post by post. These creators are the new voice of the public, says a digital media analyst. They're demanding honesty, and the audience is listening. Hollywood is definitely feeling the pressure. Once invincible studios and agencies are scrambling to adjust. Accountability is no longer optional, says an industry observer. With social media magnifying every slip-up, the days of hiding controversy behind red carpet glamour are gone. The message couldn't be clearer. Authenticity is the new currency. Today's audience wants more than entertainment. They want to believe in the people they support. The demand for realness is reshaping how stars and studios operate. As for Blake and Ryan, reclaiming their image won't be easy. Every move from here on will be closely watched. And in a town where reinvention is the rule, maybe there's still a chance for them to rebound. But for now, their downfall is a glaring reminder that in Hollywood, the gloss only lasts so long, especially when the spotlight starts exposing more than just the surface. What do you think? Can Blake and Ryan recover from this scandal, or has their era as Hollywood's golden couple come to an end? Let us know in the comments.